during the elections with the singular aim of dividing the people of this country. Like mob lynching, police encounter killings and bulldozer justice. Congress equals Muslim League. Views expressed in this blog are hosted on my own website, are strictly personal and do not reflect the views of any organization. Namaskar. Hello and welcome friends to Straight Bat, my weekly video blog where, as the title suggests, I comment with a straight bat. Now, this 2024 general elections has a lot of M factors at play. Prime Minister Modi, media, mobile, money, middle class, to name just a few. There is one M factor though which rears up its head every time during the elections with the singular aim of dividing the people of this country. I am referring, my friends, to India's largest group, Muslims, who in recent years seem to have become the permanent enemy of those who seek votes in the name of the majority Hindu religion. This week it was the turn of Prime Minister Modi to play, not for the first time, the Muslim card. At a rally in UP Saharanpur, the Prime Minister said the Congress manifesto completely bears the imprint of the Muslim League, adding every page reflects the thoughts the Muslim League had before independence. Not surprisingly, every BJP leader took the cue. JP Nadda, the BJP president, for example, said, and I quote him here, "I saw the manifesto and was surprised. Is it the Congress manifesto or that of the Muslim League?" The BJP's social media handles were quick to again respond, trending Congress equals Muslim League. Now, my friends, we live in an age where party manifestos seem to matter less and less. At the time of doing this video blog, with less than a week left for the first round of polling in the 2024 elections, the BJP, India's ruling party and the largest party in the world, still hasn't released its manifesto. So I must confess, it was unusual to see so much attention being paid to the Congress manifesto this time, especially since by all accounts, the Congress is no longer a serious contender for power. But since the Prime Minister no less has likened the Congress manifesto to a pre-partition Muslim League, I was curious enough to find out what exactly had this manifesto said that had angered the BJP leadership so much. So like Prime Minister Modi and the BJP President JP Nadda, I too have read this manifesto here very carefully. And guess what? In this entire manifesto, that is about 45 pages, I have not found a single reference specifically to Muslims in a negative sense in this manifesto. Okay, there is this picture here which has Hindu, Muslim and Sikh families smiling together. Now you tell me, is this picture the kind that you will find in the Muslim League manifesto in pre-partition India? So surely this cannot be the reason for the BJP's angst. Then I looked at the specific segment that talks of religious and linguistic minorities. Let me read out the preamble to it from the manifesto itself, and I quote again. The plurality of religions represents the history of India. The history cannot be altered. All people living in India and all children born in India are equally entitled to enjoy human rights, and that includes the right to practice one's religion. Pluralism and diversity constitute the ethos of India and are enshrined in the preamble of the Constitution. Given the history and democratic traditions of India, the Congress believes there is no place for authoritarianism or majoritarianism. Unquote. Now please tell me, my dear friends, does this sound in any way like a pre-partition Muslim League manifesto? I mean, will you ever find words like plurality, diversity and equality of citizens in a Muslim League manifesto? I rather doubt it. When I mentioned this to a BJP friend, he responded rather angrily. "Arey Rajdeep, but the manifesto says if Congress comes to power, they will legalize triple talaq. Is that what you want?" So I looked carefully at the manifesto again. There is a line in it which says, and I quote again, "We will encourage reform of personal laws. Such reform must be undertaken with the participation and consent of communities concerned. I read it again carefully. Does any of this that I suggest that the Congress will revive the triple talaq question? I'm sorry, not to my mind. But my BJP friend was persistent and he responded again. Arey Rajdeep ji, look at how they are promising reservations for Muslims in private and government jobs in their manifesto. So I looked again at this manifesto and this is what it says. The reservation of 10% in jobs and education institutions for economically weaker sections will be implemented for all castes and communities without discrimination. Please note, all castes and communities without discrimination. Now please tell me, where is the reservation for Muslims here? In fact, the manifesto actually promises to raise the 50% cap on reservations for SC, STs and OBCs by law. Frankly, this is what I really find problematic. Are we heading towards a Mandal 2.0 or is it now Mandal 3.0 where reservations will spiral out of control? Why won't any party debate this issue or raise this issue rather than bringing in the Muslim League? And I'll tell you why. Because no party in this country, my friends, can afford to succeed at elections without the SC, ST and OBC vote. SC, ST, OBC, Hindu vote. So no one will ever object, at least in public, to increase reservations for these groups when that, in my view, should be the real concern. Now, I also saw a viral social media post which says the Congress manifesto supports love jihad, burqa and wants to legalize beef eating. Again, I peered through the manifesto looking for any of these offending words. Frankly, I couldn't find them. Instead, I found a line which says, Congress will ensure that, like every citizens, minorities have a freedom of choice of dress, food, language and personal laws, adding all existing laws and rules which interfere unreasonably with personal freedoms will be repealed. Now, surely the right to marry, to have food of your choice, to dress as you wish is part of your constitutionally guaranteed freedoms. How does that, for example, even suggest that the manifesto has given a free pass to this word love jihad, a term used by right-wing groups to suggest forcible marriage and conversion? On social media, it's also mentioned that if the Congress comes to power, then they are saying they will ban bulldozer action. Again, I looked at the manifesto carefully. What does it say? Quote, Congress is firmly opposed to extrajudicial illegal measures like mob lynching, police encounter killings and bulldozer justice. We will stop them immediately and punish the perpetrators in accordance with law. Unquote. Now please tell me, how many of you want bulldozers to short circuit the law of the land? How many of you actually favor mob lynching? Surely any constitutionally minded citizen will oppose any attempt to illegally take law into their hands, be it by state agencies or vigilante groups. Now please tell me also, a manifesto which repeatedly is saying in these 45 pages that it will adhere to the constitutionally guaranteed principles of equality and individual rights. Does it sound at all like a Muslim League manifesto? I'm afraid, my friends, and this is the core point, the Muslim League is a bogey, a deliberate ploy to brand anyone who today in India in any manner speaks of minority rights and freedoms and brand them as anti-national and divisive. It is designed not to promote that charge of minority appeasement, but actually it is building on what we now call, or I call, majority satisfaction, designed to stoke fear and prejudice in Hindu hearts and yes, thereby consolidate a political Hindu identity. Since its rise in 1989, the BJP through all its highs and lows has fed into one thought: Hindu khatre mein hai, or Hindus are in danger. Now you tell me, are Hindus really in danger in this country? Or is that simply now a dog whistle that is being used at election time only to reach out and consolidate Hindu votes? A recent survey by the reputed agency CSDS points out that the real concerns of people remain jobs and prices. So why not seriously debate those issues? How will the BJP, Congress or any party in this country address the jobs challenge meaningfully? But then you know what? A debate on jobs won't get you prime time eyeballs. On the other hand, an emotive debate that pits Hindus versus Muslims surely will. I've said this before and I will say it again. These are all WMDs, my friends. Weapons of mass distraction. In the 1930s, it was Muslim League and the Hindu Mahasabha who actually fed on each other. And remember who was the leader of the Hindu Mahasabha? Savarkar was their leader. I guess in the 21st century, it is the BJP which has inherited the Mahasabha legacy. Oh, one last point. How many of those news channel anchors who noisily debated the Congress Manifesto and happily likened it to the Muslim League have actually even read this manifesto? Please give me an honest answer and think about it. That was the Straight Bat. Do of course subscribe to my YouTube channel for many more such videos. For now, stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind, Namaskar.